Okay, it's gone. Hi.
Hi.
My name's Adrian. I'm the supervisor for this clinic.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
well,
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
So, today we're just going to ask you a few questions. This is just a preliminary interview,
Okay.
so I'm just going to get to know you.
Sure.
All right, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've grown up in the Grand Rapids area. I went for my undergrad degree. I went to Cornerstone University. I got my degree in exercise science and a minor in psychology. I then went to Davenport University for my master's of OT. Let's see. So we had a really great program. We kind of stood out. It was a new program. We were only the second year
Very
to
cool.
be in the program, so it was a little bit of a chance, a little bit of a risk going through this, just kind of still being the guinea pigs. But
Definitely.
I'm really happy with my decision that I made to go to Davenport. We kind of stood out for our fieldwork experience, the way they had it set up. For our first year, we went for a month into the field.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a little bit different than other programs, because we went for an entire month at a time rather than kind of spacing it out one day a week.
Mm-hmm.
We went for an entire month. It was basically like full time, 40 hours a week for 4 weeks. So that was really awesome. I got to go to a school and see occupational therapy in the school setting, which was awesome. I fell in love with that. I thought that was really
That's
cool.
Great.
So that was really awesome to have that kind of perspective. A little bit else about myself. Most of my family was in the area, which I love, because I love
Cool.
spending time with them in my free time. It's really important to me. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really a great opportunity that
Mhm.
you got to get that experience
Yeah.
so early on.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I haven't heard of that recently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was awesome.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you did exercise science at
Mhm.
Cornerstone?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how that experience prepared you to work in the OT field?
Yeah, I'm really glad that I chose a science degree, because I think that really helped me at Davenport just to have, because I remember one of the most challenging classes I had the first year of the program was anatomy, but I can only imagine how much harder it would have been if I didn't have, because I had a couple previous anatomy classes in my
Mm-hmm.
undergrad degree, so I can't imagine how much harder it would have been if I hadn't had those first classes before. If I would have had like a degree that wasn't within the science field.
Definitely.
So I feel like that really definitely helped me, for the program.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific fieldwork aside from your pediatric
Mhm.
school that stuck out to you?
I also did some experience at in a dementia unit, and that was just an amazing experience. Like just seeing, because I used to work in an assisted living facility, so I worked with the elderly population,
Mhm.
but it's so different when you're working with a patient who has dementia. And it's just a completely different side of treatment, just a completely different approach. So that was really cool.
Definitely. It sounds like you have a lot of great
Mhm.
experiences under
Yeah.
your belt for
Yeah, I feel like I
our
kind of
OT
got
profession.
the entire spectrum, from the beginning and then towards the end. So
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you prefer to keep responsibility to yourself, or do you
Mhm.
prefer to keep it with others?
I definitely like sharing responsibility with others. I love the idea of teamwork and working together with other people to accomplish a goal. I think it's an awesome. It's hard to get those kind of teamwork skills, but that's another thing about our program that I loved. We had the first year, we were put into teams of 3. For like a lot of projects and stuff, we would just work with that specific group.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our second year, we were paired up with partners. So throughout the entire program, we were learning teamwork skills just through different assignments, learning how to communicate with other people effectively based on different personality styles. So it was an awesome way to learn how to work with others. So I definitely enjoy sharing responsibility with others and being able to work with somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will really help, especially in our clinic setting, because we really promote teamwork
Mhm.
among all of our therapists, because we
Mhm.
have a lot of OTs, PTs, and speech
Mhm.
all in this one area, and in order to provide the best care that we can to our client, you're going to need really good teamwork
Mhm.
skills. So I'm really
Yeah.
glad that that's something you've had in your past.
Mhm.
For in the past experience, what was one time you found yourself seeking out another member of your team in order to solve a problem?
I'd say like I said, I used to work in an assisted living facility. So a lot of times, I was really fortunate to be part of staff that had really good teamwork. So anytime that we needed help with anything, people were always willing to come and help. I'd say most often I would need help. A few times I worked in the memory care unit, and that can be a little bit more difficult just because, you know, they're not always as cooperative.
Yeah.
So it was always helpful to ask for somebody else to kind of come in and look at it from a different perspective and maybe just kind of use some of their own ways to, you know, try and convince the resident to help us help them. So that was always
Definitely.
awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a great skill to have,
Mhm.
to know when you need to find
Mhm.
someone else to help you in one of those
Yep.
situations. So, when is the time you went the extra mile?
I'd say again at my previous job at assisted living facility, there was, so after I worked the second shift and we would serve dinner, and usually it would be the third shift's job to reset the tables for the morning. But I had found that I would have a couple hours of downtime. I'd have, you
Mhm.
know, not really much else to do, so I just started, you know, setting the tables because I was bored. And then I found that third shift, they were super appreciative of it. They would come in, they'd see the tables all set, and it would just make their night so much, I mean, just that small thing, it would make it so much easier for them. They were always so happy to see that done. So I started kind of just getting in the habit of doing it because, I mean, it was something to me that I was just doing because I was bored, but for them, it made
Yeah.
a huge difference because it was one less thing they had to worry about that night. So I just kind of got in the habit of it.
That's wonderful.
Mhm.
There's always stuff that can be like done at the clinic,
Mhm.
and it's very appreciative among all members if we
Mhm.
like keep it tidy, keep
Yep.
things clean. Even just helping each other out once in a while
Mhm.
can go a long way.
Yeah.
So, has a supervisor in the past ever motivated you to go that extra mile, or is there a specific way
Mhm.
that they did that?
Yeah, our supervisor, she was really good about like keeping us updated about things that were going on at our facility. So it was always helpful to have her kind of point out different ways that we could improve or make a difference. So that was really awesome to see that. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. Oh, sure.
Oh, sorry. No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll just edit it.
So that was always awesome when she could give us like specific pointers about things that could be improved, because then we could, it kind of helped show that, you know, we were able to go that extra mile and make improvements. So
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Can you tell me about a time, or what was your favorite part of your workday?
I'd say the beginning of the day is always my favorite. Just having that idea of a fresh new start, and coming in with a positive attitude, and just knowing that, you know, it could being able to make a difference for other people throughout the day.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Our patients love when you come in, you have a positive attitude, because sometimes they're having a really rough day, and a smile
Mhm.
can really go a long way.
Mhm.
So, can you describe the style of the best boss you've ever had and the
Mhm.
worst?
The best style would be one who gave feedback, kind of, you know, always kept tabs with, but not too much. You know, they gave us freedom to do what we needed to do, but they were there available to talk if we needed it. They had open communication. The worst boss would probably be one who just was hardly ever around, wasn't really available, didn't give any feedback. So yeah.
Awesome. I'll definitely keep that in mind. So, can you describe to me 5 words that you could describe
Mhm.
yourself as?
Yeah, I'd say patient, flexible, caring, being on time, and cooperative.
Awesome. Those are great qualities to have. So, do you have any questions for me right now?
I don't think so, not right now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
It was great meeting
Yeah,
you.
thank you. You
I'll
too.
get back to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks.